Well, here it is. What's the date today? We have Sandy in front of us.
It's November 1st, 2013.
2013. We found some interesting things in checking your mouth out. What was your, you remember what your chief complaint was when you came to the office?
My chief complaint was that I was snoring, and I'd been doing that for about the last 5 years, and it had been very disruptive for my husband, who'd have to leave and sleep in another bedroom because he'd get so discouraged. I'd stop for a little bit and then I'd start right back up.
So that was your chief complaint, but there were other things that you had too, right?
There were.
Shoulder pain, like when you woke up, and
yes.
Neck pain?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Well, I could tell that when I was getting up in the morning, I wasn't sleeping well. I'd be really stressed, and I would feel the tension in my shoulders and neck.
Oh, that was one interesting thing you said too. You said you stayed up later doing what?
I would stay up late at night playing solitaire so that I could fall. When I went to bed, I would fall to sleep right away, exhausted, and then I'd get to sleep and sleep that way.
But there was a lot of other stuff in your past history too, wasn't there? Acid reflux.
Yes.
High cholesterol.
Yes.
Night sweats.
Yes, I started those when I was about 40, and I used to regulate my sleep by throwing the covers off at night, getting my feet out from under the bed. Now it's not so bad, but since I've been wearing the splint, I probably only had the night sweats twice in the last 2 weeks.
Wow, that's different. That's different. And this is a splint that does what?
It keeps my teeth from touching each other and causing me to grind my teeth, which is something I was doing a lot of.
Can you reach over there and grab it without moving your head too much?
Oh.
All right, and put it in your mouth. Show it. Put it in front of right in front of your lips.
Okay, and you want the nighttime one?
Yep, the one that you've been wearing for a couple of weeks. Put it up closer. There. All right, now you can put it in.
Okay.
Up, backwards. You sure you've been wearing this for 2 weeks? All right. Now bite up and down. Now we can see that you can't close all the way. Take it out one more time and then see if you can smile like that and show how far your teeth go together now. All the way down. Now pull your lower lip down. No, with your finger. You can see she's practically covering all of her lower teeth. All right, now put the appliance back in. And so you've been wearing this about 2 weeks now.
That's correct.
Okay.
The first week that I wore it about 23 hours, and I noticed I started dreaming again. I would wake up in the morning and my shoulders weren't aching. I wasn't snoring. One time I snored for about 15 minutes, my husband said, and that was it. My grandson has spent the night with me, and he says, "Grandma, you don't snore anymore."
And he was right on a pallet right next to your bed, right?
Yes, yes. And my daughter and her children spent the night last Friday night, and with doors closed, she used to kid me about my snoring, how it affected them, and she said I didn't snore last Friday night.
Well, those are all good things that are happening, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Well, so what else did... You had a lot of other stuff. Did we talk about some of the other things you already had too? High cholesterol, night sweats, and hot flashes, allergies. You've been through a lot of doctoring, right?
Yes, I have.
Especially your shoulders too, back in '98.
Yes, I had a torn rotator cuff, and I went and re-injured the shoulder where I had torn my rotator cuff, and I got frozen shoulder, and I had to have a manipulation done, and and for over a year I went to physical therapy.
And so, since you've been wearing this now, the second week you were not wearing it during the day as much, and what did you say happened then?
I just realized this today. I stopped dreaming. Those were the 2 nights in the last 2 weeks where I'd had the night sweats again. And
What did you do? You said you took your socks off when you got a night sweat?
right, that would help me regulate my body temperature. If I took my socks off, I could cool down.
Okay. Well, there's been a lot of changes, in other words.
Absolutely.
Well, let's see what, now we're going to see if we can make you a daytime splint. So take the other one out just enough to see what it looks like in your mouth. Can you do that?
Okay, but first I want to mention real fast, one really important thing that happened is the ringing stopped in my ears.
Oh, we forgot about that.
Immediately it stopped, my ears stopped ringing.
The other thing was you had a lot of tenderness to the point where I could hardly put my fingers, little pinkies, in your ears, right?
They
were so painful.
That is correct.
But she has a very deep overbite and displaced condyles that go back into her, literally into the ear canal. So we're hoping in the long run we can do something to advance this position of the mandible, which does happen automatically just when you open your jaw. So let's just partially take out your appliance. So I want to keep your thumb up there so you can, your hand isn't in the way. Your hand is in, yeah. Now just put your thumb up. Hey, yeah, that's good, that's showing. It's got a hole that also gives room for your tongue. Now let's reach down and put the new appliance in, the daytime appliance, which will add her a chance, and some people don't like backwards. This is only she's only had it in a few times. All right, now bite down again. Now pull your lip down. And without anything in her incisors right in the front, she's only biting on the cuspid blocks that are there on the cuspid teeth. Now bite up and down. So she's prevented from over-closing. And how does this feel to you?
It feels very good.
All right, relax a little bit. And you can talk better with this, right?
I can talk better with this. And with either appliance, if you stick your fingers in my ears, it's not painful anymore.
Yeah. And she's muscle tested strong with either appliance in, compared to having her teeth together, which she's been doing for years and clinching. Well, have you got any little other things to add here about this?
I'm not sure what exactly this means as far as all this is concerned, but the shoulder that I had the manipulation done, that I had the physical therapy for, is one where you did the strength test.
Oh, so, was it?
Yes.
Oh, and that wasn't even...
And that arm may not still be 100% of what it was, but I sure have a lot more strength when I have the appliance in.
Okay, well, thank you very much, and we will conclude this session, and if you think of other things in the future, we can update this tape. God bless.
God bless. Thank you.